operations that are available. Now for that, we will have to, for the further programming, we will have to create a data frame captaincy from captaincy data.csv. So as we have already created, we can use the previously created captaincy data frame, or if we want to create a new captaincy data frame, we can simply, using this command rm in bracket list equal to ls, using this command we can remove or clear all the environment variable that we have previously created. Or even without removing, if you create a new captaincy data frame, it will override the previously created captaincy data frame. So let us first create this captaincy data frame. So captaincy, and I am creating it from a CSV file. That's why read.csv function will be used, and the file is captaincy data.csv. So if I run this, you can see here with 6 rows and 6 columns, our captaincy data frame is ready. This is what our captaincy data frame look like. So now from this captaincy data frame, we will be creating a subset. Now in yesterday's session, we have seen various ways of creating a subset based on the condition using a subset function, or by directly giving the range. So here, these values which are provided in red, we will take it out as a subset of captaincy data frame. It will be a 3 by 3 matrix, and then we will perform various operations on it. So here you can see we are creating that subset not by using a subset function, but simply giving this command. Yesterday also we have used this. Then we will be creating it into a matrix, converting it into a matrix. We had seen this part yesterday. We will be generating another vector known as my vector with the values 1 to 5, and then we will see how to combine a data frame and a matrix and a vector into a list. So this is what we are supposed to do, and that's why we will require a data frame which we have just created. Then we will require a matrix which we are going to create now, and a vector. So let's create this. Let us go to RStudio. And let's start performing. First we will create a subdata which is another data frame from the actual data frame captain. So it is just a subset of captaincy data frame, and we are passing it. There will be 3 rows, 1 to 3, and 3 columns which we will be taking from captaincy data frame. The column names are played, 1, and lost. So from these 3, we will be using first 3 rows, that it means. So this we have done, and once we create this subset of data frame, we will convert it into matrix. We call it as matrix A using a matrix as.matrix function. If you remember, we have seen this yesterday also. Subdata. You can see matrix A has been created with these many values into it. It's a 3 by 3 matrix, and finally let us create a vector named as say my vector and just pass it values from 1 to 5. So it is just carrying values from 1 to 5. You can see here in global environment variables that a value of my vector is there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So once we are ready with these three different type of objects, variables, now let us combine them into a list. So call it as my list, and again to combine them we'll be using a list function list and pass all the three objects as an argument. So we are passing captaincy data frame, we are passing matrix A, and we are passing my vector. And if we run this, yes, my list has been created. Okay, matrix A. Now it is being successfully created, and we can see here also there must be my list. Yeah, it is a list of three. And these are captaincy data frame. A subset of captaincy data frame is matrix A and my vector vector. So these are the three elements of my list. Let's print my list and check how it will look like. My list, and we can see here as first element, these double bracket will tell us that it's the first element. As a first element, we have a data frame. This is captaincy data frame, you can see here. As a second element, we have a matrix with 1, 2, 3 rows and played, won and lost columns. And as a third element, we simply have a vector. So this is how we have created or merged three different objects in a single list. We can use names function as you can see here. We can use names function to give these three some name. So let us do that. Names, and we want to give name to my list. So my list, and the names will be given inside a vector as a string value. So first is data frame. So let's call it a data frame. The second is a matrix. So let's call it matrix. And third was a vector. So call it a vector. Run this and print our newly modified list, which is my list. And now we can see the double bracket indices must have been replaced with the new names that we have given. So you can see here data frame, this is a matrix, and this is a vector. So by giving names, we are making it more readable, more understandable. So this is what actually the uh, importance of providing some names. And this is how we can merge three different type of objects into a single list. So moving forward, how to access an element from the list. Now just we have created my list. So suppose we want to access a particular element of that list. Say we want to access a data frame, which is the first element of my list. We can do so by simply giving the name of, providing the name of list, which is my list here, member access operator, which is a dollar symbol, and now you can see there are three members. Whichever you want to see, you can choose. and if you run this, you will be able to see that particular element. So now it is not displaying the entire element, but it is only displaying us the first element because we have asked for it. Same we could have done using the index. Like here, suppose I give 1 and run this, I will get the same result. You can see here. So either by name or by index you can extract particular element from the list. If I give second index, I'll be able to see the matrix. Yes, here. So this is how we can access an element from the list either by the name or by the index. You can see here. Also, we can have some combination of indices, proper indices to access a particular element. So just see here, what does it mean? My list, this double bracket must be the index of second element, and as we know the second element is a matrix. So from that matrix I am interested in row 3, column 3. See, the value is given after the comma, which means column number is given, not the row number. We have seen this in a previous session in the matrices. So this is the index of the element, and within that element, this is the index of the value which we want to access. So the second element of my list is a matrix, and in that matrix we are asking for the third column, and see for itself that we are getting the third column. Let us do it in RStudio. We have my list, and we are providing the second element, and from that second element I want to access third column. So by giving this smart indexing, we are able to get the column, and we can cross check it here itself. The third column is lost with values 12, 13 and 14, and we are getting the same value. Just it has been displayed horizontally. We have also seen this yesterday, that if it's a single column which is getting displayed, it may get displayed horizontally, but it is actually the third column. So this is how indexing works. Now here, combining the two lists. Now we have seen previously how to combine various objects like data frame, matrices into a single list. Now let us see how two lists are combined into a single list. For that we will require two lists. We already have my list. So let us create a new list known as say list simple with a vector having 3 string value into it. So first do that. List is simple having a vector with 3 string values. The values are very simple, 1, 2 and 3. Let's run this. So we have list simple as a vector. If we go back now to merge a list, we are again creating a new list named as merged list, and to that list we are again providing a vector with two lists, my list and list simple. So this is how simple it is to merge two lists. You just provide the name of the new list, which will be the resulting list after merging, and give it in the form of vector, give it a list of lists you want to merge. So it's not that you can only merge two lists, but you can merge any number of lists. You just have to add those many numbers of lists here separated by comma. So if we go back, let us create a new list named as merged underscore list. and to this we are providing the already created my list and list simple as values. So if I run, I have created merge list, you can see here, and if I print it, let us see how it looks like. Merged underscore list. So run and see here. Previously in my list we have data frame, so it is displayed. Matrix, it is also displayed. Vector, it is also displayed, and we have given them names, so they have been displayed with names. And list simple, it is having just 3 elements. All the 3 elements are character strings. So at the 4th element we have 1, at the 5th element we have 2, at the 6th element we have 3. So it is very clear that whichever list is given as the first argument or the first part of the uh, vector will be kept first, and whichever list is given as second will be added from the end. Means up to first 3 elements it is having elements from my list, and the next 3 elements has already been added at corresponding index positions 4, 5 and 6. So last 3 elements are coming from list simple. So this is how we add two lists, and it is very simple adding two lists into a single list.